Hello everybody, Disciple here with Overwatch Curios. Now, designing games is very hard, especially for a AAA company like Blizzard who has a shining reputation and set of expectations to live up to. Now, what's even more difficult is making sure that every aspect of your game, including characters, mechanics, modes, visuals, music, and everything are all working together effectively to bring the user a fair, fun, and an awesome experience. We talk about a lot of things on this channel like comp strategy, OP heroes, lore, and history, but I want to take a few minutes and talk about something that can easily be overlooked in today's myriad of insanely detailed and excellent titles, which is truly excellent game design. Today, we're going to check out the top 5 best designed heroes in Overwatch that stand out amongst a roster of already excellently designed characters. Now, this list is based primarily on gameplay and how the hero interacts with allies and enemies, as well as the environment and gameplay style of Overwatch in general. And I can tell you right off, this video might be a bit controversial and you guys might disagree with some of my choices, but I would love to hear what you guys think, and please bear with me because you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. So let's dive right in. Now, first off, I'm gonna say that Genji is a fantastic example of great design and flexibility. Now, there's really no denying that Genji is super fun to play for the people who enjoy his playstyle, and he's also a really fun hero to watch in pretty much any match. There's a reason he has a super dedicated player base, and the unique mechanics and exciting gameplay is an incredible example of why class-based shooters work as a genre where not everyone just has some sort of different type of gun. Genji's a hero that not only fits the theme that the developers were going for, but also seamlessly merges fast-paced, long-range gameplay with mobility and melee range swordplay. On top of that, he has a relatively high skill cap that helps to separate the normal Genji players from the exceptional ones. You can easily tell when a player has mastered all 3 aspects of Genji, as they're able to play offensively or defensively either at long or short range. Of course, all of these aspects form up to make a class, in this case a ranged assassin with a ton of utility. However, playing Genji is also quite a risk. Most of the time it's either Genji solo carries the entire team or does very little in the way of helping his team win. This can definitely be attributed to the skill level of the Genji player, but usually it's more of a team composition issue. For example, when Genji combos with Ana's ult and goes ham on a team with Dragon Blade, that team is usually obliterated since there are very few heroes that can really mitigate the ult combo or stop him long enough to get away. Any combo that snares or incapacitates enemies for more than a second or two is extremely dangerous with Genji's kit as well. The last thing you want to do when being chased down by a good Genji player is be stuck in place. The damage output on his secondary fire alone is enough to kill you in a few seconds if you're still. In a vacuum though, Genji is a shining example of great design, mixing up multiple aspects that function well together and make a solid class for players to master, even if he can be a bit OP sometimes. And I hope you guys know this isn't my argument for the top 5 most balanced heroes, since of course Genji has been overpowered at quite a few points in his history. However, he's always been very fun to play, and when you do manage to shut down the Genji, especially right as he ults, it does feel really satisfying to play against at times as well, which is why I think Genji is a good example of design. Now, the next one is another one that's slightly controversial, but I think that Mercy is another really well-designed hero as well. Now, although she hasn't always been relevant in the professional meta, especially when Ana and Lucio reigned absolutely supreme, she's a great example of Blizzard managing to make the support healer class so much more interesting than many thought possible in a class-based shooter. Her healing style is similar to that of other class-based shooters, however, it's her mobility and utility as well that really shines as a well-designed hero. Her alternate fire power boost, while not directly causing Mercy to do damage, helps out other teammates and is super versatile, and it allows her to feel like she's contributing when not actively healing. It can layer on top of other damage enhancing effects like an Orisa ult or an Ana ult, and it can enhance a push or defense if used on the right hero, since if you throw it onto a Pharah right as shields, or a Soldier 76 who's taking out the backline, you can wipe the enemy team very quickly. Her mobility through Guardian Angel makes up for her lack of otherwise self-defense abilities, and her pistol can be deadly in the right circumstances, as any above average Mercy player can kill you if you back them into a corner and leave them without a target to heal, which adds a lot more balance and survivability alongside her mobility. Being able to dash between heroes and souls really synergizes perfectly with everything else in Mercy's kit, allowing her to get to the allied target to heal them or damage boost them, allowing her to get into the middle of the team for a res, or even allowing her to escape for a little bit to regenerate some health from her passive. Now, speaking of her ultimate, it's the highest risk versus reward ultimate in the game, as Mercy has a pretty good chance of being taken down now that the range of the ult is a lot lower than in previous builds of the game. However, if you do get in for the res and get that brief time of invulnerability to reposition, you can completely turn around a team fight and even a game in a single second. But if you are killed before you get the chance to ult, or you mistime your ult so you don't get the full effect out of it, then you can lose the game for your team pretty much, since Mercy does tend to have a little bit less of an impact outside of her ult than with it. Now, sometimes Mercy's ult is very frustrating to play against, but overall, the fact that she has such a unique playstyle in a shooting game, but is also very fun and rewarding to play and does have a place in the meta, speaks absolutely loads about her design and how well she was created to fit in the Overwatch roster. Now, Zenyatta does have a spotty record as far as his place in the meta over time. However, in terms of a unique and interesting character to play, Zenyatta shines through as one of the few truly original and interesting characters in Overwatch. Many characters in Overwatch face the problem of being based off of or inspired by something that was previously existing in a different game, like Soldier 76 feeling like he came out of Call of Duty, or Pharah feeling like she came out of Quake or TF2, but Zenyatta is a total breath of fresh air when it comes to Overwatch, and he's such a cool take on the support role by being a heavily offensive presence despite being a support. In essence, he's a glass cannon support in every way, since he can cause massive amounts of damage and havoc, as well as huge amounts of healing to his own team, while also being very squishy and vulnerable himself. To play Zenyatta effectively, you have to find the perfect balance between offense and defense, which is amazing because his design is centered so much on the yin and yang and achieving that ultimate harmony. So you have to be able to see exactly who on your team needs the harmony orb and when you need to potentially use your Transcendence ultimate to heal your team, as well as knowing exactly which target to have your Orb of Discord on and who you need to be firing at any given moment. Although he shouldn't be considered a main healer because of the slow pace of the orb's healing, his damage supplements that with a great rate of fire and a pretty high rate of accuracy as well that hits very hard for a support. This unique and versatile approach to a debuffer and glass cannon support type really helps bring about an ultimately balanced and well-designed kit that's exclusive to Overwatch. He also happens to be super fun to play for anyone who takes the time to learn him, which is why I think that he is one of the best designed heroes in the game. Next up is someone you're probably not surprised to see, especially from me, but Zarya brings a super interesting, offensive, and versatile kit to the role of playing a tank. She allows other heroes to be tanky in some way and create some insane synergies and combos, and although she's been nerfed here and there since the game's been released, her mechanics are truly awesome and she shines as an example of one of Overwatch's biggest strengths, being able to truly expand and make every different role viable in an FPS, not just classes that deal damage or that just tank, since she's a tank that can soak a lot of damage herself but also put it out equally as effectively. Her shielding goes against the usual proactive shield play from other games and other genres, and something like you see on Reinhardt. And the reason being that since your shields last such a short amount of time, you have to almost be reactive with them, throwing it on a target who's already taking damage or is just about to take damage, since they were nerfed to go from a 4-second duration to a 2-second duration quite a long time ago. Just like her shields, you play Zarya as a pretty reactive frontline berserker ready to take and deal damage at a moment's notice. She's balanced around the fact that she has such a huge potential, but it does take some time to get there, and you have to play her incredibly effectively to gain enough charge to really deal damage. And even though her ult is so absolutely powerful, if you fire it at the wrong time when you don't have enough charge to deal damage or you don't have an ally in position to synergize with you, it essentially does nothing since it does almost no damage itself, and if they have a Reinhardt shield or a D.Va defense matrix to block for them, it may not have no effect at all. However, if you do manage to get your charge up and land a perfect ult, you can pretty much wipe a team by yourself, and that's why this difficult but highly rewarding gameplay puts Zarya as one of the most well-designed heroes on the Overwatch roster. Now the last one is something that you guys might initially disagree with, but please keep in mind why exactly we selected this. Now Tracer has something that no other hero can claim that is a standing testament to her hero design. Since her release, she hasn't received a single buff or nerf, but she's also remained in a relevant but not overpowering spot in the meta throughout. Now you guys might think that she's difficult to deal with, but you can never truly say that she's overpowered, or else she would have been nerfed at some point, or at least played incredibly heavily on the pro scene. With an incredibly unique kit and some awesome gameplay attached to her, there's no doubt that Tracer is the best designed hero in Overwatch. She has damage, she's got mobility, she's got damage mitigation, she's got her chirpy British enthusiasm, she's a high skill cap mobile bullet dispenser that can blink and recall to avoid, engage, withdraw, and even go in to double her output depending on the situation, which makes her extremely versatile, and when played properly, Tracer can avoid and or mitigate a ton of damage with recall to make up for her incredibly squishy health pool. She has so many risks you take when playing Tracer, but she does have the kit you can use effectively to make up for it, allowing her to be played excellently in the hands of an expert. She's got a relatively simple design since none of her abilities in general are all that tricky or complicated, but using them in exactly the right time in conjunction with each other while also being effective as a DPS, being able to flank and take down priority targets, makes her extremely difficult to play at the highest level and gives her a very high skill cap while also allowing some of the basic players to be able to have fun with her and still try their best to be effective at their own level. Now you might disagree with this, but I believe that since she's so fun to play, so complicated in the hands of a pro, but also so balanced in terms of the overall meta, Tracer is the most well-designed hero on the entire Overwatch roster. So, this was a fun video for us to make, and we actually had a few heads coming together to discuss what made for good design and why all these heroes deserve to be here, and this is the list we came up with. Design is a bit of an overlooked topic on the scene since so many other people like to talk about the meta or the pro scene or about a bunch of other random stuff, but I absolutely love delving deep into the design of each Overwatch character and seeing exactly how they play a role on the Overwatch roster. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and if there's anything that you truly disagreed with or that you think we passed over, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.